Today is April 14th, 1865. I'm John Whitman, and welcome to 1492 News. Our top story today: not long after the fall of Richmond, Virginia, the Confederate capital, April 2nd, and the Confederate government dismantling, including the freeing of President Jefferson Davis, the Confederate Army has surrendered 5 days ago now in Appomattox, Virginia, under General Robert E. Lee. This marks the end of this terrible war, and what most people believe to be the deadliest war in U.S. history. Those who were part of I'm sorry, we have some breaking news. It's believed that President Abraham Lincoln has been assassinated in cold blood in the Ford Theater. I don't believe this. Okay, it's believed he was assassinated about 45 minutes ago at approximately 10:15 p.m. The killer, identified as John Wilkes Booth, brought a pistol into the theater, snuck up on the president before killing Lincoln, execution style, in front of his wife. He's currently at large and escaped at horseback after a short struggle during his escape. We have 2 eyewitnesses to the scene right now. To you, Ed.
Thank you, John. I'm here at the scene of the crime outside a Ford Theater, and we have 2 eyewitnesses. This is Alexander Thornton III. What have you seen?
Well, it was really quite a tragedy, to be honest with you. It was a rather beautiful day outside. I was watching this splendid play until it was really interrupted by this thug. And this thug actually was up in the booth, scuffling about, and he fell out the booth. Broke his leg, I heard it snap. I snapped it, and then he limped out and escaped on his horse.
Here we have it. And here we have the second eyewitness. He was also at the scene of the crime, Benedict Cumbersnatched. Can you tell me what you saw?
I'm on TV?
Yeah, this is live TV.
Okay. It was crazy, man. So I'm sitting there watching the play, right? And then I look, all I hear is this loud bang all of a sudden. I look up, all I see is a dude Lincoln flopped over like a dead fish or something. I don't even know. At first I was like, is this a part of the play or something? And sure enough, everybody starts running, so I'm like, I gotta get the heck out of there, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. He was running about as fast as, I ran about as fast as Robbie Lee running from the Union or something. It's crazy, I don't understand.
Thank you for your input.
Yeah, okay.
Back to you, Ed.
We ask that anyone who sees or hears of this man's whereabouts please contact local authorities so we can apprehend this cold-blooded killer. This is a dark day in our history as we were finally inching toward peace with the end of the Civil War. We've canceled the rest of our program in honor of the great Abraham Lincoln. Please stay safe out there. Good night.
Are you tired of dropping and breaking your glass bottles all the time? Are you tired of getting pranked by your friends? Are you tired of getting shanked in a bar fight?
Hey, what you said, boy? I work in the coal mines, you work in the sissy fields. What are you?
Whoa.
Well, now you don't have to worry about that at all with man-made plastic. Here at AP Plastic, we made the first ever man-made plastic, and it can be used for practically anything. No more worrying about hazardous glass on the road. And most importantly, no more worrying about broken glass bottles. With man-made plastic!
Hello and welcome back to Channel 1492 News. I'm John Whitman, and today is April 26, 1865. Our top story today: the horrible, wretched killer John Wilkes Booth has finally been apprehended. This comes following a 2-week manhunt that required almost 1,000 Union soldiers. This finally marks the end of this rancid criminal's reign of terror. Here I have an expert with me to explain the events that led up to Booth's arrest.
Booth was born in Maryland and supported the Confederacy passionately. As the war started to shift out of favor of the Confederacy, Booth created a plan to kidnap the former president. However, this opportunity never arose due to complications with planning and finding the right time. After the surrender of General Lee at the Appomattox, Booth changed his plan to the assassination of Lincoln and the assassination of the Vice President Andrew Johnson and of Secretary of State William Seward. Lincoln was killed by Booth while Johnson was stabbed by Lewis Payne, but was able to recover. Secretary of State Seward was not attacked as the person responsible for carrying out the act bailed out. Booth was not quiet or slick when carrying out his plan, as he was a popular actor and many noticed and recognized him as he was running out of the theater, which made his manhunt substantially easier. Booth had Booth headed to southern Maryland where his leg was treated, which allowed him to take refuge in the countryside, hiding in barns and houses of Confederate supporters. Locals sometimes were able to provide hints as to where he was, as there was a $20,000 reward for those who helped. Booth was finally found in a barn belonging to Richard Garrett. Booth was shot and killed in the barn.
Thank you for that in-depth explanation. Lincoln was considered the greatest president since Washington, and many remember him for what he did to advance the idea of the American dream for freedom to all. This presentation we have for you all will hopefully help you mourn and remember him for his great leadership. Gone but never forgotten. Good night.
I'm here at Garrett Farms with Richard Garrett. Can you tell me why this man was in your barn?
Who was in my barn?
John Wilkes Booth. He was hiding in your barn.
I never seen that man in my life.
He killed Abraham
No comment.
Lincoln.
No
Why was he in
comment.
your
No
barn?
comment.
Alright, that's good.
Okay, we're good. Good.